Hey everyone, let's talk about fear of rejection and fear of criticism. I want to talk about this because oftentimes we stop doing our goals, we stop living our life according to the plans, we stop dreaming, we stop pursuing the vision that we have even written down, because some of us will even write down the plans of what we want to do and what we are doing, and tend to stop that, give in or give up because we fear rejection. We fear what people will say. And we all know such kind of fears will be emanating from somewhere else. Maybe it comes from where I grew up, growing up not being accepted, or growing up without a parent, growing up without a father. And then I developed that fear of rejection and criticism. And this then affect our daily life and also what we do on a daily basis. And like I said, this can affect your goals, this can affect your vision, it can make you give up on certain things because you fear that other people will not accept you. And oftentimes, again, this is not really the true reflection of what is happening right now. It's not like when I am doing something, then people are criticizing. People who have this fear of rejection will often have the negative self criticism within themselves. They tend to criticize themselves from the inside. The person will always have a thought when they have to execute the plan or go after the vision or after the goal, will always go like, after doing it, is this, what will people say? Is this really good enough? This is not good enough. I'm not good enough. And you tend to not be content with what you do. You tend to criticize every single thing. It is good to reflect on what you're doing, really. It is good to reflect on what you're doing. I listen to myself every Sunday after singing. I listen to myself, just to get to see where I am, but not to criticize myself, to see my level and what I need to improve all the time. So, but when you have that negative self criticism from the inside of you, you criticize everything, even the good thing that is you. You tend to criticize that and stop doing it. You tend to just go now with the flow, do what others are doing. I was actually having a conversation with a little sister of mine, my little sister, to say sometimes we don't love people for we love people, we actually love people for who they are, not for what they pretend to be. The most beautiful or romantic part in a person is when they are who they are. Then we know that you're gonna have to improve from who you are, not improving from somebody else. It becomes more wonderful when we are seeing it for the first time. If my voice is the only voice that it's not imitating any other voice, this is just Mulisa, we tend to appreciate that. We tend to love on that because it is something new. So we should not have fear to manifest who we are. We need to appreciate and embrace who we are and improve and build on what we are and who we are. So I was still saying that in most cases, it's just a voice from inside of me. It's just a voice from inside of me that says you are not good enough, that says this is not enough, that says people won't love it, but it makes us to stop being who we are. We set the standard based on other people's standards and live our life based on that, because there is that fear that is inside of us. Let me tell you something. I have been busy throughout the whole morning, been busy, writing and you know, I I was not thinking about criticizing anybody. I was really not thinking about anybody else. I was thinking about what I really need to do from what time up until what time, what I really need to achieve this day, making sure that I'm done by the end of the day before anybody else can come back and distract me or the children, and I'm like, this is just the time that I have. I was not on anybody's business. And that is what is happening with life. No, nobody really cares much, you know. Nobody, it's not like people are just busy right there looking at what you're doing just to stop you. So, whenever you need to be yourself, just do it anyway. Whichever plan that you have planned, if God has said, let it be, just do it anyway. I was actually reading the book of Philippians, chapter number 4. Philippians, chapter number 4, and verses 8, which says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are good report, whatsoever things are good report, if there is any virtue and if there is any praise, just think on those things. And I had created a template the other time when we were having a webinar to say, just count all those things that are element that I mentioned in the scripture. Just write them down. Whenever you have a thought that says you are not good enough, whenever you hear somebody says you are not good, whenever you hear any negative report, write that down and use this as a template to say, is it good? No, it's not. Is it worth it? No, it's not. Is it does it worth any praise? No, it doesn't. Is it coming from a pure heart? No, it's not. So you don't have to think about that. If it is not pure, don't think about it. If it is not true, don't think about it. Think about everything that is true about yourself, true about your life, and embrace that. Grow in that. Build on that. I'm not saying we are perfect. I'm not saying we'll be doing things in a perfect way, but we can improve from who we are and do even much better. So whenever you think about other people, just remember that people are busy. Everyone is busy building their own life. So it is up to you, even in the next year, to take that little gift that you have and build on it and not criticize it. Don't stop your dreams because you fear what people will say. In my language, will say, but vadorimini. But people won't say anything. If it does not help them, it was not theirs. They are not your target market. So it will land where it's supposed to be. If you are singing, it will land where it's supposed to be. If you're writing, your book will land where it's supposed to land. If you're preaching the word, it will land where it's supposed to land. Everything has its own purpose in life, and every single thing anybody can learn from that. So don't stop being who you are. Don't stop embracing the gift that you have. Don't stop pursuing your dreams because you feel that people would criticize you, or you have got that spirit inside of you that is criticizing. Don't stop. Do it anyway. I hope this will help you even in the next year when you have your dreams. Whatever that you have stopped because you felt like you're not good enough, you might have to go and examine to say, is this true according to the scripture? Is it true? Is it worth it? Is it worth a praise? Is it something that adds value? If it doesn't, continue with what your dreams are. Continue with your dreams. Continue and move on with what God has put inside of you.